G'day and welcome everyone, Leon from the Garden Forge here, and today we're going to try smoking some meat. So let's have a look at it and see what we can get done. We've got lump charcoal in an offset smoker here. Fortunately I was able to grab this thing for free, so we're going to give it a go and see what happens. But lump charcoal is getting very hot. Whoa, yes, very hot indeed. Just got to wait for that to grey off. We'll put that in the side smoker. Get a bit of split jarrer on, get the thing up to temperature and cook some meat. So our lump charcoal there is starting to look pretty good. We've got it greying off. It probably needs another 5 more minutes. We'll put that into the offset smoker here, and then we'll grab our first little jar of split, whack it on there and start bringing that temperature up in the cooking chamber. So let's give this 5 more minutes and we'll get a fire going. So all we're cooking today is a butterflied lamb shoulder. Hopefully it's going to take us maybe 80-90 minutes. We'll see how it goes. We've got a little oil rub there to keep it moist. But it's basically just a little lamb shoulder. Going to try and put that on the smoker. Now with the cooking chamber itself, this little manual temperature gauge here generally shows hotter than it actually is. So to combat that, we've actually got just a little thermometer sitting on the grill here for now. I might look at getting a little digital one, but we're just going to go old school analog. But yeah, basically this should give us a pretty close temperature to what's on the grill. And yeah, once we get that up to 180, we'll be able to put the lamb on. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to have to put the phone down here because we've got to put this in and it gets very hot. So we'll be right back once we've got the fire started. So we've got our charcoal down in the offset smoker, and you can see that piece of split has just launched straight into fire, which is really handy. Now what we do to make that happen is try and get a lot of the moisture out of the wood. So the best way I've worked out doing that is get your next piece, drop it just on the side there so it dries out, and then it takes off straight away. So we'll just wait for this one to start dropping down, turn black, then we can shut it down and hopefully get some temperature into the cooking chamber. So here we've got a really good example of the top gauge showing 250, sort of leveled out at 250 degrees at the moment. But if we have a look in the chamber really quickly, you'll see that it's actually only 150, 160 degrees on the grill itself. So big variation from the top to the bottom of this cooking chamber. So we want to keep the lid down as much as possible. We'll just keep an eye on this temperature now for another 5-10 minutes. Keep an eye on our fire, make sure that's all looking good. We'll probably be due for another piece of wood very soon, and then we can start cooking. We've left that about 20 minutes. Temperature's holding pretty high. It's about 200 in there at the moment. So normally speaking, from what I've watched, you're supposed to put a bit of wood on the moment you put your meat on, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it for probably another 15-20 minutes. But I'm going to get this meat on and get it started because I'm excited to see how this all goes. Everything looks like it's pretty good. We haven't got a lot of smoke. It's just holding a pretty good temp. And yeah, let's get it on. Nice little sizzle. After 15 minutes, we've definitely had a drop in the temperature in the top. We're going to have a super quick look at the temperature in the bottom, and we're going to put a new split on, I think, because we've got some temperature drop. Yep, definitely. That's dropped down to about 160. So let's start firing this up, and we'll use our little dry split that we've got waiting for us in the firebox. That might not have been the best place to put that piece of timber. I should have put it out because we're getting a lot of fire in the firebox now. Not much I can do about it now because that split has definitely fired off really quickly. I think what I might do is just choke it out. No, I don't want to choke it out a little bit because that's going to put a lot more smoke into the chamber, which we probably don't want. So let's just give it a minute let that go down, and we'll put another piece on the side here ready to go. So that piece of wood is still cranking. I'll see how it all goes. It's the first time I've really tried it, but next time I'll keep the old piece of wood closer to the edge of the firebox, and I'll put the new piece further away, because that's a fair bit of flame that's getting up into that chamber as we speak. Temperature's not too bad, but we'll just have to let that die right down, give it a little bit of a shimmy shake, and yeah, hope we don't spike the temperature too much. But the meat is looking really, really nice, to be honest. So I'll put our next split on. I think it went pretty quick that time, about 20 minutes. So I might put one more in to dry out, ready to go. And we're going to put the temperature gauge in on the meat as well and have a look at it. So we'll just get another split. Just drop that into the side, make sure we've just got enough heat to get through. Hopefully that's enough. That's cranking pretty well again. But yeah, let's open this up and have a look at this meat while we've got a bit of hotter temperature in here. Well, we're ready to check it. I think we're about done. We put a couple more splits in, and yeah, it's been about 70 minutes now, and we're just going to get the old temperature gauge in there, make sure we're pushing 80 degrees, and see how this meat looks. Let's see what happens. Looks pretty tasty. Pretty happy with that, I think. 78 degrees. I'm going to take that out, give it some rest, and see what we get. I think it'll be nice. So we're just going to open everything up. Hopefully the last of that wood just burns out now, and we'll cut it open and see what it looks like. Hopefully it tastes delicious, and we can see if we've made something half decent. So that was actually really delicious. If you did like this video, please consider subscribing, and thanks for checking out the Garden Forge.